So tonight I'll be discussing banded and average. Okay, average is a very important topic for NPSC. So I hope tonight's session will be a fruitful one. So I'll start with the banded cube. But before that, let's try to understand cube first. What do we mean by cube? Or how many sides are there? We all know every cube has six sides: front, back, side, top, bottom. One, two, three, four, five, and six. There are six sides, or we can also say there is six faces. Okay, and there is eight corners over this. That means this point: one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, and eight. There's eight. Why am I discussing this? Is because we will need this one when we are applying formula. Okay, there's 12 edges. What do we mean by edge? Edge means this one: one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, 9, 10, 11, and 12. There are 12 edges. Okay, so with that in mind, let's try to discuss something here. We have a cube here. How many 1 centimeter cube? 1 centimeter cube, that means we have a cube here, which is 3 centimeter in cube. That means we have one, two, three. We have 3 centimeter side, which is 3 centimeter from here till here. How many 1 centimeter cube can be formed by the cube of side 3 centimeter? That means if I cut this 3 centimeter cube in such a way that I have 1 centimeter each, cube with 1 centimeter each, how much cube can be formed? That is asked. So how do we find these values? How many cubes of 1 centimeter can be formed by the cube of this one? You may or may not know the volume of a cube formula is volume of cube is nothing but we call it side cube. Okay, so we have side. So in this type of question, if you are asked to find how many cubes can be formed, the simple thing is this one: just the volume of the bigger cube divided by the volume of smaller cube. Okay, so what's the volume of the bigger cube? Bigger cube side is this one. So side, here I'll directly write the value 3 whole cube. Why? Because bigger cube is this one divided by the, what's the side of the smaller cube? Side of the smaller cube is only 1. So which means how much is it? 1 whole cube. That means 3 cube is 27. So we can, and 1 cube is only 1, so we don't need to write. So which means if you have a cube of side 3 centimeter, and if you cut, excuse me once again, I think one of our friends is finding difficulty, I guess. So if you got a cube of 3 centimeter, then what you will get? You will get 27 pieces of small cubes. That means small cubes is this one. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. This pieces. Okay, there is 27. You will get 27 pieces of small cubes. That's what we are getting here. So the answer here is 27 pieces. Okay. Now let's go to the next question here. Now starts the formula. Okay. In this question, we know that there is 6 faces, we know that there's 8 corners, we know that there's 12 edges. So using this one, I'll try to derive some formulas here, which we will be using. Always remember the number of cubes with 3 side banded will always be 8. That means 3 side banded means we have 1, 2, and 3. 3 side banded. That means all the corners, there is one corner here which will be 3 side banded. There will be another side here which will be 3 side banded. There will be another side here which will be three-side bended. There will be another one which will be three-side bended. There will be another one which will be three-side bended. There will be another one which will be three-side, one more here, and then behind this one. So which means always remember that there will be 8 pieces of cube that will be three-side bended, no matter how big the cube is. So your cube may be something like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It may be like this also. There will be only eight cubes that will be three-side bended. Okay. Now, when we talk about zero side, or before that, let me discuss this here. First, before applying this formula or this formula or this formula, what you need to do is that you need to find n first. What is n? N means the length of the larger cube divided by the length of the smaller cube. Length simply means the side, okay? So if I'm to use this one, side here is 3, the larger one is 3, and the smaller one is 1. So which means n here will be nothing but 3. That means the length of, or the side of the larger cube divided by the side of the smaller cube. Remember earlier, if we were finding the number of cubes, we were dividing volume of the bigger cube divided by volume of the smaller cube. Don't get confused, okay? When we talk about number of cubes, we use the volume. But for this formula, when we need to find for number of sides bended, what we will do is we will use n. That means the side only. Side is 3 centimeter and the smaller side is 1, which means it is 3 there. So n here is nothing but 3. Now, if you want to find a cube with two-side bended, what do we mean by two-side bended? Two-side bended means in this cube here, it will be this one, two-side bended, one side, two-side. Two-side bended will be how many cubes will be there with two-side bended? I can say this is one of them. The middle one is two-side bended. That means one of them, 1, 2, 3, and 4. You don't need to count if you are using this formula. The formula is this. The formula is two-side bended will be n minus 2 into 2. So n here we got it as 3. From the previous question, okay, I'll just use that. So n we got it as 3. That means if I want to find two-side bended, what will it be? N minus 2 into 12. So n here is 3 minus 2 into 12. That means our answer here is 12. That means there will be 12 piece of cube which will be two-side bended. Okay. So when we talk about two-side bended, always relate it with age. That means two-side bended to h. In this age, we have two-side bended here. So you can relate it with this one so that you can apply the formula here. N minus 2 into 12. N minus 2 into 12. Why 12? Because we are comparing it with the age. That means two-side bended will always lie on the age. That means that's the reason why we are using 12 here. Okay, you can relate that way. But n minus 2, in every formula, we will have n minus 2. But there will be into 12 into 6 here. Now, when we talk about one-side bended means we are talking about this one, this face here. This one is one-side bended. Again, same thing. This one is one-side bended. Again, same thing here. This one is one-side bended. So, which means if you want to find for one-side bended, we will refer it with faces. That means this is one face, right? On this face, there is one face bended. So, if you want to find n, our previous question, n was how much? N was 3. So if n was 3, then if you want to find one side bended, it will be how much? n minus 2 to the power 2. That means 3 into 6. 3 minus 2 to the power 2 into 6. That means 1 into 6. So 6 here. That means we have 6 cubes that is one side bended. We have 3 here, and behind we will have another more 3 more. Okay, so that is how we find. If you want to find for 0 side bended, the formula is simply this one: n minus 2 to the power 3. So n means, I'm repeating again, the length of the larger cube divided by the length of the smaller cube. So that is how we use this formula. Okay, so let us try some questions which was asked in the previous year's question. We have a huge cube here, but let me not go here. I'll just discuss a question. Now, In this case, if you look here, the question says a cube of side 125 centimeter. That means the side 1 is nothing but 125. That means bigger cube is 125 centimeter. Is painted red color on all the faces, then got into smaller cubes of side 25 centimeter. That means the smaller one is nothing but 25. Let us find n value first, because we need to find what? We need to uh, find the number of smaller cubes having at least two faces bended. At least two faces bended, okay? So we need to find the number of cubes with two faces bended. So before that, we need to find the value of n. N value, how do we find? The side of the smaller one divided by the side of the bigger one. So if we divide this to 25 into 4, so our n value here is 4. But what was the formula for finding two face bended? Two face bended. So two side bended was, the formula was n minus 2 into 12. Why 12? Because we are comparing it with two side two side bended will always lie on the edge, and there is 12 edge. That's the reason why we are using this. So n minus 2 into 12. N value is how much? N value here is 4. 4 minus 2 into 12. 4 minus 2 is how much? It is 2 into 12, which is equal to 24 cubes. So there will be 24 cubes with two faces bended. Okay, so that's what we are. Let's go to the next question. The next question is this. A small cube has all its faces bended with different color, and it's got into a smaller cube of equal size, such that the side of the smaller cube is 1/4 of the bigger cube. Okay, the side of the smaller cube, so I'll just write S1. Smaller cube is 1/4 of the bigger one. So can we write like this? The smaller cube, I'll just write it like this, and this is the bigger one. Okay, this is smaller one and this is bigger one. So the question says like this: the side of the smaller one is 1/4 of the side of the bigger one. Okay, so this is what we have. And what is asked? The number of small cubes with only one side bended is. That means we need to find for one side bended cube. If you want to find for one side bended, what was the formula? One side bended formula was n minus 2 to the power 2 into 6. This is one side bended formula, okay? So one side bended will always lie on the face. That's the reason why I'm using into 6 here. Face means side, okay? Now, uh, yeah, this question was asked in UPSC 2016. So let us try this. It's a very simple question. What do we need to find? We need to find n first. N means what? Uh, n means the side of the bigger cube divided by the side of the smaller cube. So what is the side of the bigger cube? The side of the bigger cube, I'm just assuming it as x, s here. So which means s divided by the side of the smaller cube, which is this one. But the side of the smaller cube value is how much? 1 by 4 s. So I'll just write that value, 1 by 4 s. But s and s will get cancel each other. That means 1 divided by 1 by 4. So we have 1 divided by 1 by 4. What will be the value here? You have a fraction in the denominator, which means 1 into 4 by 1, which is equal to 4. So the answer here is n value is 4. Now, we need to find for what? One side bended. So for one side bended, the formula was n minus 2 to the power 2 into 6. n minus And here I'll just directly put 4 minus 2 to the power 2 into 6. 4 minus 2 is how much? 4 minus 2 is 2. 2 to the power 2 into 6. 2 to the power 2 is 4 into 6. 6 for the 24. That means there is 24 pieces of cube with one side bended. Are we clear with this? If you are clear, please give a thumbs up. Let's move on to next. Okay. Next question is same thing. This is a question from UPSC PYQ only. A solid of 3 centimeter side bended on all the face is cut up into small cubes of 1 centimeter side. That means similar with the question that we have done earlier. How many how many of the small cubes will have exactly two sides bended? So this is exactly the same. What I'll do is I'll leave this one as your homework. Okay, you can try this one by yourself. Now let's try a question here. Yeah, this was a question which was asked this year, NSSB recently. The question was like this: a cube banded yellow on all the face is cut into 27 small cubes of equal size. How many small cubes are banded on one face only? Now, I'm discussing another type now. So the question says the number of cubes formed is nothing but 27. Directly, the number of cube formed is given. So whenever you see this type of question, what you need to do is that you need to form a cube using this. How do we form a cube? We form a cube by making this 27 into three factors. Okay, three factors. So how do we find three factors? If this number is a perfect cube or not, you check for that. If it's a perfect cube, you use perfect cube number. We know that 27 is a perfect cube. Why? Because it is 3 into 3 into 3. So which means it's a perfect cube. So that's the reason why I'm using 27, 3 into 3. So what if your number was something like this, 28? If it is 28, you can also write, you can create a factor of 28, 28, 28. You can write 4, you, 4 and 2. I'll have to go by 2. So 2 ones are 2, 2 fours are 8, 2 sevens are 14. So if you are to find a factor of 28, the cube will be 2 into 2 into 7. That means your cube will not be a cube, but it will be a cuboid in this case. Okay. So if it's not a perfect square, then the shape that will be formed will be in terms of cuboid. But in this question, we have here 3 into 3 into 3, which means I'll just divide this cube into three parts. 1, 2, 3, which means I can throw it this way. And let's say I have another 1 and another 2 line. So which will be one more here. And there will be another more line here. I can throw one more line here. Wow. One more line and two more line. So if you look here carefully, 1, 2, 3, that means three here, and 1, 2, 3, that means another 3 here. 1, 2, 3, there's another 3. That means the length is 3, the breadth is 3, and the height is 3. So we have 3 into 3 into 3, which simply means that this is length, breadth, and height also. Or we can also say side, side, and side. We have 3 sides, which is 3 and 3 and 3. So what is asked? How many small cubes are bended only one face? That means one face only. So which means if you look here carefully, one face bended will be 1, 2, 3, and the visible side we have 3. So that means we have another invisible side, or in simple words, on one face there is how much? One side, one cube that is one side bended. That means 1 into how many face does a cube has? A cube has 6. That means 1 into 6 is nothing but 6. So I'll just directly write the answer as 6 here. So which is option number A there. Okay. So that was the question. Shall we move on to the next question? The next question is a statement based question. Okay. Okay. Let's try a question. This question. Same thing. This question was asked in UPSC CSAT 2023. So let's give it a try. The question says like this: a cuboid. Now we are not discussing about cube now. The question level has been raised to cuboid now. A cuboid of dimension what? 7 into 5 into 3. So I'll try to create a cube here using this one. Okay. But the question says is painted red, green, blue color on each pairs of opposite face of the dimension. This one, uh, this one, this one, this one, respectively. Then the cuboid is cut and separated into various cubes, each of side length 1 centimeter. Which of the following statement is correct? That means we need to check whether this statement 1 is correct or not, statement 2 is correct or not. We need to check that. So it's a very simple question, but just for our understanding now, I'll try to create a cube here. So if I want to create a cube, I'll just create it this way. Let's say I have a cube like this. So the side is 7 into 5 into 3. So what I'll do is I'll do like this. I'll make this one 7. I'll make this one 7. I'll make this one 5, and I'll make this one 3. So I'll give this one 3, and I'll give this one 5. Okay. So which means there will be 7 divisions here. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. I think I need one more cuts. 6. My diagram is not very much accurate. So which means we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, we have 7 here. So if I am to rethrow it, I can throw it this way. Now, since this one here, this height here is 5, I'll have to throw 5 lines, 5 boxes here. So what I'll do is I'll throw like this: 1, 2, 3, and 4. It will give us 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We have 5 cubes there. Now, since this one is 3, I'll have to create 3. Why? Because the side of the smaller cube is nothing but 1 centimeter. That's the reason why I'm dividing this way, okay? So which means this one will be 1 and 2 only. So if I'm to throw this, I can throw it this way, 2 here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is the rough sketch of the cube. Now let us try to analyze this one. The question says like this: 7 into 5, this face here, it is being painted in what? Red. That means 7 into 5, which is this face here, it is painted with red color. So I'll try to paint this one in red color. So which means I can paint this one is red color. I'll just give a rough sketch here. So which means behind this one is also red color, okay? And again, the second part of the question says 5 into 3 is painted green color. 5 into 3 is painted, 5 into 3 means this part is painted green color. And 7 into 3 means, if you look here, 7 into 3, that means this one again, 7 into 3, which is this face, is painted blue color. So I'll try to paint that blue color if we have blue here, yes. So which means this is blue color. So this is what we have. Now, what do we need to find? Statement number 1. Let's check statement number 1. Statement number 1 says what? There are exactly 15 cubes with no paint on any face. That means there are 15 cubes with no side painted. Okay. So what do we need to find? We need to find no side painted. But no side painted formula was what? 0 side painted formula was n minus 2 to the power 3. But remember, the general formula that we have discussed was based on what? It was based on cube only. That means it's a perfect cube. But in this case, it's a cuboid. That means I cannot use this formula. So what do? I'll just derive a formula here. We know that the formula for what is it? Cube, or simple words, let's say volume of a cube is side into side into side. But what's the volume of a cuboid? Cuboid is length into breadth into height. So if you look here carefully, we have 3 times. So which means we are getting this one. Same thing, length, breadth, height. We have length, we have breadth, and we have height. So I'm gonna use this concept using this one. Okay, I'll try to derive that. I think you will understand with this. Let's give it a try. So in place of n, I'm gonna use first n1 will be 7, n2 will be 5, and n3 will be 3 now. So in place of using this same number, same n again and again, because earlier it was a perfect cube, that means all the sides were same. But in this case, this n are different. So that's the reason why I'll have 3 n's there. So what will be the value? The formula is n minus 2 3 times. That means n minus 2 into n minus 2 into n minus 2, right? So the formula was like this. So I can write this one as like this. I can write this one down as 7 minus 2 into 5 minus 2 into 3 minus 2. So if we multiply this one, 7 minus 2 is 5, 5 minus 2 is 3, and 3 minus 2 is 1. So 5 3s are 15. That means there are 15 cubes with 0 side bended. So what does the statement number 1 says? There are exactly 15 cubes with no side or no face bended. That means our option here is correct. That means statement number 1 is correct. So now, with that, this option is eliminated. We just have 3 options here. Now, if I am to try this one, the next part is what? There are exactly 6 small cubes with exactly two face, and one painted with blue and the other with green. So remember, if you look here carefully, the question says like this: there are exactly 6 small cubes with what? One painted with blue and green. That means the side that is painted by blue and green is this one here. We have blue and green, 1. We have 2. And blue and green, though, we will just have one here, 2 here, and we'll have another one here. So which means 1, 2, 3, and 4. So which means this statement will not follow. Okay. So we can say that statement number 1 only follows in this case. Okay. So this is how it will follow. We can try one more question. The next question is this one. Okay, same thing. This was a question which was asked in CSAT 2024. The question is like this: what is the least possible number of cuts required to cut a cube into 64 identical pieces? So when we talk about 64 identical pieces, it is like this. If I am to cut the 64, number of pieces is given. So like I've told you earlier, when number of pieces is given, you need to find a factor. That's the best way. So if I want to find a factor of 64, can I say it is 4 into 4 into 4? It's a perfect cube. So which means I can make a factor something like this. That means the cube here is like this. We have 1, 2, 2 and 3 cuts here. There's another 1, 2 and 3 cuts here. So which means we have 1, 2 and another 3 1 cuts. Same thing here, 1, 2 and 3 cuts here. So if you cross refer here, you have 1, 2, 3 and 4. You have 1, 2, 3 and 4. You have 1, 2, 3 and 4. That means 4 into 4 into 4. The cube here is 4 into 4 into 4. What is asked? What's the least possible number of cuts required to cut this 64 identical cubes? If you want to apply formula, the formula is this way. If you want to cut this cube, this face, into four boxes, how many lines is required? You have 1, 2, and 3. 3 lines is required. So can I say like this? From this 4, if I subtract 1, I'll get 3 lines. And from this 4, if I subtract 1, I can get 3 there. From this 4, if I subtract 1, I can get 3 there. So which means 3 plus 3 plus 3, which will give me 9 there. My answer is 9. But let us cross confirm. There's 1 cut, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. That means you just need 9 cuts to form a cube like this. Are we clear with this? Shall we move on to next, if you're clear? Okay. Now we are coming to an end of this type of question. I'll do the last question. It's a, what is it? It's a statement-based question, same thing. Even this question was asked in UPSC. So in UPSC, what we see is that we see some statement type of question only. Okay. So what's the question here? A solid cube is painted yellow on all its faces the cube is cut into 60 smaller but equal pieces by making the minimum number of cuts. Which of the following statement is correct? So remember, same thing here. Even in this question, the number of cube is given. When number of cube is given, what do we need to do? We need to find their factor. Can I write like this? 5 into 4 into 5 4 is 20, 20 into 3 is 60. So 5 into 4 into 3. So the cube here is 5 into 4 into 3 cube. Okay. Because I'm just finding the factor of this one, 60. 60 factor is 5 into 4 into 3, something like this. If you are not following how to find 60, you just start with any number, 5. 5 ones are 5, 5, 2, and 4 threes are. Remember, there should be only 3 number, okay? Don't uh, use 4 number here, because a cube has only, what is it? 1, 2, and 3. That means length, breadth, and height only. So that's the reason why we are using only 3 there. Now, what does statement number 1 says? Statement number 1 says what? The minimum number of cut is 9. The minimum number of cut is 9. So let's try. We have 5 into 4 into 3. So what I'll do is I'll try to do like this. Let us create a cube here. So which means it is not a cube, okay? It's a cuboid. We have length, breadth, and height though. So now this I can make it this way. And I'll make 3 cuts here. 1, 2 only, which will give us 2 there. And 5 for 5, I'll just do 1, 2, 3, and 4. I can cut here 1, 2, and 3. So if you look here, 5, that means 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is 5. And 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. That means this is 3. This is 5. This is 3. And this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is 4. Or this is 4. Okay. So 5 into 3 into 4 cube. We have created a 5 into 3 into 4 cube. Now, the minimum number of cut is 9. So let us check how many cut is required. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So the answer here is 9. So you can cross-check with the formula also, but just by our basic understanding, we can say that the minimum number of cuts required is 9, which is statement number 1 is correct. Let us check statement number 2. Statement number 2 says what? The number of smaller pieces which are not bended on any face is 6. That means 0 side bended is 6. That's what the question says. So what was the formula for 0 side bended? I'm going to use the formula that we have used earlier, okay? So n minus 2 to the power 3 was 0 side bended, but this is for perfect cube. This is for a perfect cube. But this is not a perfect cube. This is a cuboid. So I'm going to use the formula like this. 5 minus 2 into, I'm going to use this one as n1, and again 4 minus 2, which is n2, and into 3 minus 2, which is n3. So which we will get it as 5 minus 2 is 3 into 4 minus 2 is 2 into 1. So 3 2s are 6. So the answer here is 6. Let's cross-check. The number of smaller pieces which are not bended on any face is 6. That means not bended on any face, we are getting it as a 6. So which means statement number 2 is also correct. That means both statement number 1 and 2 is correct. I hope we are clear with this. Shall we move on to the next? Okay. Now, next is, I don't need to discuss this from NPSC point of view. There's a less chance that this will be asked, but just for a question, I'll have to discuss this a little bit because I have a statement-based question here. So that's the reason why I'm going to discuss this, and after that, we'll move on to the next topic. Okay. So when we talk about dice, there's standard dice and general dice. When we say standard dice means when the opposite side sum will always give you 7. That means standard dice means the dice that we use when we play games. Okay, so we have one here. We have one is opposite to 6. That means 1 plus 6 will give you 7 there. So opposite sum, side sum will always give you 7 in a standard dice. Same thing. 2 is opposite to how much? 2 is opposite to 5, which is equal to 7 there. 2 plus 5 is 7. Same thing, we can also say 3 is opposite to 4, which is equal to 7 there. So opposite side sum will always give you 7 in a standard dice. But when we talk about general dice means leaving out standard dice, all the remaining dice, we call it general dice. Let me not define, because there's a definition, but let me not define this one in more detail. But just for that question, let's try to understand this. This is a concept when we solve dice, okay? There will be different types of question. The first type of question can be only one side common. That means you have, if you look here carefully, this two cube, you see that there is one side that is common. We have 4 here, we have 4 here. That means if you have only one side common, in that case, what do? We write it this way. From here, I'm going to write it clockwise. Okay, you can write it anti-clockwise as well, but I'm going to write clockwise. 4, 6, 1. Same thing, starting from this one, I'm going to write clockwise. If you're writing this one clockwise, you need to write this one clockwise. If you're writing this one anti-clockwise, you need to write this one anti-clockwise. Okay, that's the only concept here. So same thing, starting from 4, I'm going to write it this way. I'm going to write this way. So which means 4, 3, and 5. So according to this statement, we see that 6 and 3 are opposite to each other, and 1 and 5 are opposite to each other, and we know that 2 is missing. So which means the missing number will be opposite to the common number there. That means we have common number here, which is 4, right? The opposite of 4 will be the missing number, which is 2 there. Because 1, 4, and 6 we have here. 3, 4, and 5 we have here. But we don't have 2 here, we don't have 2 here. That missing number will be nothing but that's opposite to 4 there. So 6 will be opposite to 3, 1 will be opposite to 5. Same thing goes for this one. If you look here carefully, what's the common side here? The common side here is 5. So in this question, I'll just write clockwise 5, 2, 1. Same thing here, 5, 3, 4. So which means 2 and 3 are opposite to each other, 1 and 4 are opposite to each other. Which number is missing? 6 is missing. That means 6 is opposite to 5. So that is how we approach when you have only one common side. When you have two common side, okay, when you have two common side, what do? You look here carefully in this cube here. We see that 2 is here, we have 2 here, we have 5 is here, we have 5 is here. Then if you have two common side, then the remaining side is opposite to each other. That means this 3 here will be opposite to 6. That means 3 is opposite to 6. If you have two common side, this one is common here, this one is common here. In that case, the remaining side will always be opposite to each other. If you look here again, next question, 1 and 1 here, 6 and 6 here. That means 3 and 4 are opposite to each other. That means 3 is opposite to 4. I hope we are clear with this concept when there's two common side. So let us try a question, and after that we'll go to data sufficiency. Okay, the question here is like this: which number is opposite to 4? We are asked to find which number is opposite to 4. We are given 4 cubes. I don't need to use all the cubes. I can use 2 cubes or 1 cube or any cube. But remember, since we need to find opposite to 4, one of the cubes should have 4 there, okay? So I'm going to use this 2 cube, this cube and this cube. If you look here, you have 6 here, you have 6 here, you have 5 here, you have 5 here. That means the remaining number here, which is 4 here, will be opposite to 1. 4 will be opposite to 1. So that's how you can find. You don't need to look at this cube, you don't need to look at this cube, just by using opposite rule. Or you can also use another rule. If you want to use another rule, like the rule number 1, case number 1, you can use this cube and this cube. What is common there? You have 5 is common, 5, 2, 1. Same thing here, 5, 6, 4. If you look here, 1 and 4 is opposite to each other. So it depends on your approach in exam. Okay, you can use any approach, but just for your understanding, I'm discussing these two concepts here. Let's try a question here. The question is like this. It's a little bit tricky. This was a question asked in UPSC as well, so that's the reason why it may sound a little bit tricky. The question is like this: Each of the 6 different faces of a cube has been coded with the different colors V, I, B, G, Y, O. Y, O. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. These are the different letters here, which means it's a color here. What is given? The following information is given, and which is the color of the face opposite to the color O. So we are given a statement here, and we need to find the opposite color of O. O la opposite kiaze to hutiaze. So we need to find that. So when you see this type of question, you can create a cube, okay? Or you can just solve it mentally also, but I'll try to solve this one along with a cube, okay? That will be much more easier. The first statement says what? The first statement says Y, O, B are on adjacent face. Adjacent face means they are next to each other. So according to the statement number 1, it is like this. According to statement number 1, Y, O, and B, 3 of them, they are next to each other. That means Y is next to B, Y is next to O is next to B, and O is also next to Y, and so on. This is case number 1. This is statement number 1. I don't have any idea here. So let us go to statement number 2. Statement number 2 says the color I, G, and Y are on adjacent face. I'll grade a cube again. So another cube can be this way. What is it? We have I, G, and Y. They are next to each other. Wow, what a cube here. Let's draw again. So which is I, G, and Y. So we need to find for O. You look here. You have Y here, you have Y here. That means just by using these 2 statements, I can find the value of this one. So now what I can do is, I can do like this. I don't know the options. That's the reason why it's complex here. But since Y is common, Y, O, B, I'm writing clockwise, okay? Same thing here, Y, G, I. So which means the opposite to O is nothing but G here. So this is what I'm getting. Now you don't need to go for statement number 3 or 4 or anyone. Just by using this 2, we are getting the answer. So we can also you can also look for the other statement. See, statement number 2 the key going as I, G, and Y are on adjacent face. B, G, and Y are on adjacent face. So just by looking at this also, I can say something here. G and G here, Y and Y here. That means if you have 2 faces common, what is it? The remaining face will be opposite to each other. That means if this 2 is same, this 2 is same, that means I will be opposite to B. I will be opposite to B. That means just by looking at 2 and 3, I can cross confirm that B and I are opposite to each other. So which means the opposite of O is nothing but G. So that's how we solve this type of question, okay? So if you want to talk about open dice is like this. Just a quick review. Whenever you see open dice, the trick is this one. The branch will always be opposite to each other. You have a branch here. That means this will be opposite to this one. This will be opposite to this one. That means branch will always be opposite to each other. After that, though, it is very easy. Alternately, they will be opposite to each other. This one will be opposite to this one. This one will be opposite to this one. Same thing. This one will be opposite to this one. This one will be opposite to this one. Like that, okay? Same thing goes for this one. This one will be opposite to this one. And this one will be opposite